today's topic. As this is your first lecture of the course, it is essential that we start with the basic understanding of the research. So uh, today's topic is research, introduction to research and scientific writing. So basically, today we will discuss that basic understanding of the research. It is because further, it is essential that we start with the basic understanding of the research, as research forms the backbone of scientific knowledge. It helps us to identify, it helps us to ask the right questions, seek evidence-based answers, and contributes to the advancements of different fields. Whatever fields you are pursuing, you can contribute to research and scientific knowledge. Before we dive into more complex aspects of research and scientific writing, let's make sure that we will discuss the basic knowledge of the research and basic understanding of the research, that what is it and how uh, we can pursue further scientific writing. So uh, this is research and scientific writing. First, I'm going to start with the first basic thing, that is how does a big idea become a proven fact. So it means that we have multiple ideas, we have multiple concepts, multiple things happening in front of our eyes, but it's not proven fact until we convert it into scientific world. There is scientific community. It's a different world. We have it's a different field. It's a different domain that uh, everyone from all fields can contribute to it and can convert a big ideas or can convert different concepts into a proven fact. So before going to discuss, before dive uh, into the details of research and scientific writing, let's give me a roadmap of what we will cover into in the giving course. So basically, uh, first of all, here's a roadmap. We will start with the quest of knowledge. What is quest of for knowledge is where we will explore the essence of research. That what is it and why it matters. Then we will move on navigating research. Second part is navigating research. That which will guide you how to identify problems, how to review literatures and design studies. Although reviewing literature and the citations is another part, but we must know what is literature review and how we will design our studies. Before, if you are a beginner, if you have not done anything previously and have not familiar with many terminologies and many research things, so we must today's lecture is very important. So it's a basic things which we should know before going into the further scientific writing. Then the third next is language of science, which will introduce you to scientific writing, terminologies, communication standards, how we will communicate in scientific world. After that, in structuring stories, we will learn how to organize your research findings logically and effectively. How you will organize your research, how you have done your research. It's a raw research. You have raw data. How you will convert into organized, structured, and well mannered or well systematic way, in a systematic way. Finally, last is writing for impact, which will focus on making your research publications, reports, presentations meaningful and influential. Which things you have to consider for uh, your writing into a impactful writing, because research can be done by anyone, but how you can convert into impactful way, it's a challenge for it's a thing that you have to cover in this. So first of all, we will start with a question. What is research? It is very human to seek answers and satisfy our curiosity. We are humans and we ask questions. We need answers to to satisfy our curiosity, to find our answers. We do research. Research, what is research? Basically, in simple, if we define the research, it is a search for knowledge. Research means the word research means search again. If we see the just see the definition or just see uh, its meaning in conversion, re means again and search. You have to search for knowledge driven by the human desire to seek answers and satisfy your curiosity. It involves a careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or research problem. Like you have a research problem. Number one, for starting a research is a research problem, is a research question, is a drive, is a curiosity that you need to seek your answers, okay, by using scientific methods. According to American sociologist Earl Robert Bebbe, he is a scientist, is an American sociologist. He says usually research is a systematic inquiry. We do different searches in Google. We do different we find different answers by different ways. But research is not just a searching. You can't say you have done this search on a Google bar or you have done different searches. It's not research. Research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomena. So, in a good research, there are multiple different characteristics of a good research that should be that a high quality research follows to ensure the validity, accuracy, and usefulness. You should have considered these characteristics while doing a research. Number one, there should be a systematic approach guided by ethics and professional code of conduct. There are some in further in future different lectures you will know. You will come to know about the research ethics, about the different guidelines you have to consider during while doing research. So this is the number one is a systematic approach. Then there is a logical reasoning. You are doing research, there must be a logic behind it. It can't be anything assumed or assumptions. If you are assuming something, it should be written in a proper inductive or deductive way. What is inductive and deductive approach? So basically, deductive is from beginning to from starting from the stretch top to bottom. It's a basically you are starting with a new idea. And inductive, you have starting with the previously known theories, previously described ideas, and then converted into a new current based studies. A real-time data research should be on real-time data and knowledge. It can't be anything that is not existed. Data should be based on actual observations. In-depth analysis, data is thoroughly analyzed to minimize errors and anomalies. It should be in-depth study should be conducted while doing research. So you must know about the in depth about your research question. A good research must generate new questions from a research you have done. You have conducted a research. It should be good enough to spark new questions, to spark further inquiries that expand future investigations and further analytical rigorous, yeah, that utilize all your data in a clear and unambiguous way. And data most important than all is accuracy. Your data should be accurate. Your research should be accurate. So no one can question your research. Say what you should know, why you are doing, what you are doing, how you are doing, and what methods you are using to do this. Okay, so the main purpose of the research can be considered, can serve, I have already told this that your research serves multiple purposes. Like you can do research in academia, you can do research in different businesses, different applied fields, different businesses. Common goal will remain the same for all. That's number one is identifying potential and new opportunities. That your research can be identify new opportunity. Your research is should focus on understanding population or customers. If you are a businessman, you want to know you want to understand the population and customer concerns, you can do the research. This is the main purpose of the research. In business, developing strategies and solutions to challenges. You are facing challenges in your businesses, in your academia, and in your different fields. You can do research for this as well. and also different policies that are already existing, but you can do research to support existing policies and existing decisions you are doing. These are the different purposes for which for that you we and you are doing the research. So number two, this is basically the we have discussed the what is research. Research is the basically search for knowledge. What we are doing, we want to conduct a research and why we are doing this research. These are the different purposes. And now for the purpose of doing research, what path you have to choose. So basically choosing pathways also can be called as a research methodology. Basically, research methodology is simply we can say is a pathway, is a path you want to choose for doing a research. You must know this is the main most important thing while considering the research is research methodology. Uh, आपको कुछ भी ना पता हो, आपको बस ये पता होना चाहिए कि रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी होता क्या है, रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी हमारी क्या है. इफ यू आर ऑप्टिंग अ रिसर्च, if you are opting a research problem, you must number one question that should be considered after your research question is research methodology. Basically it refers to the systematic framework of principles, methods and procedures. Basically for doing research, for performing for the research purpose, you are performing some procedures, some methods that are used. Basically, you are using to collect, analyze, and interpret data in a study. Everyone, if you are if you know the research, if you know scientific writing, you are here because you know something little bit. You must know something about the research. So you must hear somewhere about the research designs, survey-based research. You have in your lifetime you must have opened a research based questionnaire, Google form. The most commonly we are employing to do research. So you must know so basically that particular Google form you have filled for the research purpose, you have filled for some other person's request. That is a basically we can say it is a research method. They are using that particular research method to collect data, to analyze and then we will further interpret this data on the basis of that questionnaire. It ensures that research is conducted scientifically, transparently and reliably. So research method play a vital role in your research. So next is research types. So research type, if we see, okay, someone is saying please use Urdu. I can use Urdu. I am a Urdu person, but I think most of the peoples will not understand, will not get the Urdu. So I will use mix of the language. So in both ways. So those students who can't learn, who can't gain properly by English, so I can discussed in Urdu as well. So basically, these are the types of research. From research can't be collected. Research को हम एक type में वो नहीं कर सकते. Different ways हैं. There are different ways to categorize research. So these are the some of the ways I have categorized research into for easy understanding of the research. So from the viewpoint of application, रिसर्च को अगर हम एप्लीकेशन की बेसिस पे देखें तो इट कैन बी क्लासिफाइड इनटू टू टाइप्स, दैट इज प्योर रिसर्च एंड अप्लाइड रिसर्च. We have classified research on the on the basis of application, how we will apply the research. So this is very important. These are the three main categories you must know. You will choose one from each. Like अगर आपको application से use करना है तो you will choose one type from here. While doing research you will do pure research or applied research. By choosing one of them, you will choose objective, means purpose of the research. Why, what purpose is you are carrying for to do research. कि आपने करना किस पर्पस के से है, तो दिस दीज आर द डिफरेंट टाइप: डिस्क्रिप्टिव, एक्सप्लोरेटरी, कोरिलेशनल एंड एक्सप्लेनेटरी. And then by to achieve this objective, you are going to move forward with another application, another type, that is inquiry mode. What type of mode you are doing? qualitative research and qualitative research. This is the type where we will consider that which way you are using to gain your data. Basically research methodology में हम करते क्या है, research methodology में our main purpose is to collect data. How you will collect data, data collection के बाद how you will interpret it, how you will categorize it, how you will analyze it. ठीक है. So for that purpose we must we will discuss these types one by one. Wait. If we discuss classification on based on the application, that is number one is basic research that I have discussed the two main types on the basis of application. One is pure research, pure, and number two is applied. So in simple in Urdu, if I say कि pure research में basically हम new data को अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी को आइडेंटिफाई करने की कोशिश करते हैं, अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी को जो है ना क्लियर करने की कोशिश कर रहे होते हैं. बेसिकली कोई अर्जेंट नीड नहीं होती, नो अर्जेंट प्रॉब्लम टू सॉल्व. So basic pure research is basically this is the type of research which we academician. I am a lecturer. I am doing. I am teaching somewhere. So basically, the purpose of my research would be pure. I'll go for the pure or fundamental research because I do not consider the consider research. I do not want to consider research as a problem. Research as a basic. अब मैं कोई मेरा मेन पर्पस ये नहीं होगा कि मुझे एक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करनी है. आई डोंट वांट टू सॉल्व अ स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम. आई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. द प्योर रिसर्च इज इम्पोर्टेंट. इट एक्सपांड नॉलेज, डेवलप थ्योरीज, न्यू फ्रेमवर्क. It is important, most importantly conducted by academicians, scientists, academic institutes. जो साइंटिस्ट होते हैं ना बेसिकली वो क्या करते हैं, बेसिकली उनको एज सच कोई प्रॉब्लम कंसिडर नहीं करते. देयर मेन पर्पस इज टू सेटिस्फाई देयर क्यूरियोसिटी. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ये जानना चाह रही हूँ कि पीएचडी लेवल रिसर्च जो है, आई जस्ट वांट टू नो द पीएचडी लेवल रिसर्च फ्रॉम रिसर्च गैप्स के. वेट अ सेकंड. Yes. Basically, if I'm doing search just to analyze the data of my concern, I want to know that two different groups of students. One is from PhD background and one is from bachelor's background. What are the difference between their IQs and what are the difference between their understanding, their IQ level or their knowledge? So basically, I want to interpret two different groups, one for the PhD, one for the bachelor. So tell me, what will be the difference? Who will have a higher knowledge or have a higher IQ skills, have a higher background of scientific community, scientific knowledge? किसको ज्यादा knowledge होगी scientific की, scientific studies की या scientific writing की as compare. So Farhan said PhD. So Farhan, let me know, Farhan and Ujala. So let me know क्या इस problem को solve कर इसको इस research से I have done this research just to analyze my curiosity. Is it क्या उसने इस problem ने इस study ने कोई problem को solve किया है, कोई practical problem को solve किया है? इस research का purpose क्या था? The purpose of this research was just to satisfy the curiosity. There was nothing to solve the problem, to solve a practical problem that was we were facing. So this is just an example of basic research जो कि सिर्फ हम अपनी curiosity को satisfy करने के लिए करते हैं. जैसे कि आपने देखना है कि performance and motivation का आपस में link क्या है. You want to just identify, you want to just study the link between two variables. So this is just to improve, to expand the knowledge, to develop a new theory. So now you will say, you can say okay, for you can also compare the different universities at this level. आपने दो डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज के ग्रुप लिए और आप इन दोनों यूनिवर्सिटीज को कंपेयर करना चाह रहे हो किसी भी पर्टिकुलर पैरामीटर पे. किसी का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अच्छा है, किसी के जो है ना फीस कम है. सो दिस इज द सम ऑफ द पैरामीटर्स you are choosing to and you are doing a research. So this is an example of basic research. It will not solve any problem. And on the other side, applied research mostly we do for to solve a specific problem. सही। you must be familiar about the mostly global जो क्राइसिस आया था, डेट वाज कोविड 19, कोरोना 19 आया था 2019 में। यू गाइस मस्ट बी फेमिलियर ऑफ इट। सो देन जब कोरोना का आउटबर्स्ट हुआ था, कोरोना कोविड 19 वायरस जब ग्लोबली स्प्रेड हुआ था, तो साइंटिस्ट, जो कि मोस्टली साइंटिस्ट और ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस वर प्लेइंग द रोल टू इरेडिकेट दिस वायरस, उसको रिमूव करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। उसके लिए एंटीडॉट्स बना रहे थे, उसके लिए एंटी वायरल मेडिकेशंस बनाना चाह रहे थे। तो डेट वाज टू सॉल्व अ स्पेसिफिक प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम, जो स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम जिससे ग्लोबली जो प्रॉब्लम सब फेस करे, तो उस प्रॉब्लम को फेस करने के लिए no, statistical analysis, yes, it can be. There can be statistical analysis involved in the basic research, because basic research also follow the same path. I'll discuss further when. So I'll answer your question as in a while. So let me know. You have chosen a one type. You have chosen a basic research or pure research. Now move next for the another. Now you will discuss। आपने इन दोनों टाइप्स में से एक टाइप ले लिए। अब एक टाइप को यू विल यूज टू परस्यू योर रिसर्च। नाउ यू विल टेक वन ऑब्जेक्टिव फ्रॉम हेयर। ऑब्जेक्टिव इस पार्ट से आपका क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएगा। क्वेश्चन आतिका कमल, this slide is important. Like this is the types of research on the basis of objective. What objective you are doing, what purpose you are following to for in your research. You want to either you want to explore new or less understood areas, like you but just want to know, you just want to understand what could be happening here, what can be happened here, और यहाँ पे और क्या हो सकता है। आप जस्ट यहाँ पे बेसिकली हेयर कम्स क्यूरियोसिटी। ठीक है, आपने वहां पे बेसिक रिसर्च को ले लिया। अब नाउ यू विल ऑप्ट फ्रॉम हेयर, यू विल चूज वन फ्रॉम हेयर, right? You can be explore new or less understood areas. You can describe characteristics of the population's phenomena in different ways, like descriptive. Mostly survey based studies are fall into this category. Like for example, how many patients prefer natural versus synthetic medicines. You are going to compare two different parameters, like natural medicines with synthetic medicines. So this is the basically you want to you are describing a situation, that what is happening here. You are describing facts and figures, but here in the exploratory research, you are just going to know, you are just going to explore patient awareness about smart pills when no prior study exists। उस केस में उस केस में जहाँ पे कोई भी प्रीवियस स्टडीज ना हो, प्रीवियस लिटरेचर ना अवेलेबल हो, आपने जस्ट पेशेंट अवेयरनेस मालूम करनी है अबाउट स्मॉल पिल्स, जो कि पहले कभी भी नहीं की थी। तो वो उस टाइप में यू आर गोइंग टू यूज एक्सप्लोरेटरी रिसर्च, जहाँ पे आप पहले ही काम कर चुके हैं, बट इस पर्टिकुलर पैरामीटर्स पे यू आर इन पर्टिकुलर सेटअप्स में यू आर डिस्क्राइबिंग फैक्ट्स एंड स्टेट्स, दैट इज डिस्क्रिप्टिव। कोरिलेशनल में स्टेट्स आ जाती है। आपने जो क्वेश्चन किया, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट योर रिसर्च इन स्टैटिस्टिकल मैनर, you will choose correlational research. Here you will determine if a relationship exists between variables. Now here it doesn't matter your previous research, your previous parameter was applied or basic, आपने अप्लाइड लिया है या प्रीवियस लिया है, इट डजेंट मैटर एट ऑल। इन दोनों में से आपने कोई एक चूज कर लिया है, you have chosen one from here। now you can choose anything from here। you can choose correlational method। you will check stress levels। you want to check if the stress levels are related to medication adherence in oncology patient। so basically यहाँ पे आप स्टेट्स लगा सकते हो, जहाँ पे रिलेशनशिप दो पैरामीटर्स की आपको डिफाइन करनी हो, दो वेरिएबल्स की, तो वहां पे आप स्टेट्स लगाते हो, तो ये कोरिलेशनल आ जाता है। ठीक है, एंड देन देयर कम्स एक्सप्लेनेटरी, दैट इज ऑप्शनल। यहाँ पे भी आप जो है डिफरेंट हाइपोथेसिस एक्सपेरिमेंट्स की बेसिस पे आप ये जानना चाह रहे हैं। बेसिकली एक्सप्लेनेटरी मीन्स व्हाई। So focus question in exploratory is what could be happening here। यहाँ क्या हो सकता है, आपको पहले कुछ पता नहीं है, you don't know anything previously about it। So when you don't know anything previously, it there comes exploratory. When you want to know a particular setup or particular observation that what is happening, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, हो क्या रहा है, you don't want to हो क्या सकता है, could, here is. And then if you want to know the relationship, if there are relationship, so you will know, you will use the correlational. And if you want to study why this is happening, so you will use exploratory research here. Atika Kamal is asking what sort of research the students of literature of Urdu or English do. So basically, Atika, आपको मैं इस तरह से explain कर सकती हूँ कि आपका if you belong to the domain of Urdu or English literature, so the topic can be anything. It doesn't matter कि आप इसमें exploratory ले रहे हो, कोई इन में से आपने आपका मेन टॉपिक, अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप मुझे अपना एक टॉपिक बता सकते हैं कि आपके माइंड में क्या चल रहा है. You just want to compare something, you just want to identify, I don't know about Urdu or in English literature in detail, but I can say this कि आपको अगर different parameters को compare करना है, आपको अगर आपकी आपने पढ़ा होगा ना, आपके डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स होंगे, आपने उन सब्जेक्ट्स में कोई ऐसा बैकग्राउंड या ऐसा कोई टॉपिक, हॉट टॉपिक जिसको आपको लगता है कि यू वांट टू आइडेंटिफाई, यू वांट टू नो फर्दर अबाउट इट, और इसमें कुछ पर्टिकुलर ऐसी चीजें हो सकती हैं जिसको आप जो है एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो. अनएक्सप्लोर टॉपिक्स अगर आपको मिल रहा है तो आप जो है उसको भी इसमें आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो. वेट अ सेकंड, माय Okay, so next is we have discussed we are discussing different types of research. Number one, we have discussed on the basis of application, that is pure or applied. Pure, basically we usually employs pure because we are not scientists, advanced in advanced world. We just want to do pure research, simple researches that can be helpful in helpful to understand our curiosity and to solve some specific problems. If you want to solve some of the practical, some of the business related problems, you will do applied research. And then you will choose one objective, one purpose for the research. You will use, you can use descriptive research, that what is happening here, why it what could be happened here. Exploratory research, this for previous literature available now, no previous literature is available here. Correlational, you can check the relationship between two different variables, mostly statistical analysis falls here. You can also do statistical analysis in other three objectives as well, but correlational is is mandatory. In correlational research, your statistical analysis is mandatory. And then inquiry mode is qualitative and quantitative analysis. So qualitative analysis, basically, what is quality? Quality is the main focus of quality is understanding meanings, experiences, and perspectives. So basically, for you are using you have chosen uh, application, you have chosen objective. Now to achieve your objective, you will opt up type of a method कि अब आपने करना कैसे. आपने अपना मेथड ले लिया, अब आपने एक रिसर्च करनी है. उस रिसर्च को करने के लिए आप कोई भी एक मेथड यूज करोगे. या तो यू विल यूज क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च और यू कैन यूज क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च. ओके, so for the qualitative, this is a method you can use, you can, this is a mode you can apply for the research. Number one is qualitative. You can interview different population to gather your data. You can you can do case studies, you can do observational studies like exploring patient perceptions about herbal medicine. For example, you are doing interviews of the patients by telephonic interviews हो रहे हैं, one to one, face to face interview. There are different types of methods you are doing, you are going to use to gain, to understand meanings, experiences. You just want to know others experience about the particular medicine. or about the particular device or about the particular scenarios, like you just want to gather information. And on the other side, other type is quantitative research. Quantitative research is basically quantity. Here comes quantity and there comes quality. क्वालिटी कि आप एक पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस, पर्टिकुलर पर्सपेक्टिव या उसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन लेना चाह रहे हो. इट कैन बी एक्सप्लोरेटरी एंड डिस्क्रिप्टिव. नेचर कैन बी एक्सप्लोरेटरी एंड डिस्क्रिप्टिव. यहाँ पे आपको प्रीवियस कोई भी डेटा अवेलेबल नहीं है. यहाँ पे आप डिस्क्रिप्टिव कर रहे हो, लाइक सर्वे बेस्ड कर सकते हो. सर्वे कैन बी इंटरव्यू बेस्ड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ फोकस ग्रुप. से पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप पे कर रहे हो, टारगेट ग्रुप्स को टारगेट किया हुआ है पर्टिकुलर डिसीजेस के बेसिस पे. सो दिस इज क्वालिटेटिव. एंड क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च बेसिकली मोस्ट ऑफ द सर्वे बेस्ड स्टडीज लाइक क्वेश्चनियर्स को यूज करके. here survey based studies can be done in both ways. In interviews you can all you can do interviews, survey interviews. And in structured questionnaires, mostly Google Forms पे we make questions, different questionnaires, and we uh, send to different individuals, different population. We forward these questionnaires to different target populations, and then we get gather data, and then we analyze the data. You can also do experiments. You can do lab work, जिसको हम we also called it bench work. We use different chemicals, we use different experiments, different synthesis methods to gather numerical data and statistical analysis, and then statistical modeling. There's another type is mixed method research. It combines both qualitative and quantitative approaches to इस रिसर्च में यू combine both of the things. Qualitative को भी first you have taken a survey quantitative, and then you also interview that particular target population to study barriers to medication adherence. For example, आपकी कोई भी स्टडी है जिसमें आप दोनों मेथड्स को एक साथ यूज कर रहे हो, तो इस अप्रोच को हम कहेंगे मिक्स्ड मेथड रिसर्च. सो if we conclude the research methodology, wait a second. Okay. I was reading text, so I think just wanted to know कि मेरे लिए कोई message तो नहीं आया है. But here again I am concluding this research methodology. Basically, by knowing the depth details of research methodology, you can analyze that what type of research you are doing. This is very important domain. Now you know the research, what is research. You are going to identify new knowledge. But to to do the research, you must know these different types of research, how you will choose a research. Because when you will go for scientific writing, there must be you must be familiar about what methodology you have used to conduct your research. You have used applied or basic research. You must know what type of research your researches fall into, which category, into applied category or into pure or fundamental research. Now, after choosing that, you will choose the objective, that what type of objective you will use to perform the study. That is, you are using exploratory, descriptive, correlational, and explanatory. Now, after this, after choosing the purpose, the main purpose, main objective, you will choose the inquiry mode. That what mode you will consider. Most of the students, most of the newbies in the research, will use this method. As far as I know, most of the research students, or also my students who are doing researches in that we I teach to final year students. So most of the final year students do this type of research. Survey based structured questionnaire, because it is easy. Data can be gathered in a very simple way. You can make a questionnaire. It is a there. It's a here यहाँ पे भी बहुत एक कॉमन फिलोसफी आ जाती है कि आप क्वेश्चनर आपको कैसे बनाना है. हाउ टू मेक अ गूगल फॉर्म क्वेश्चनर, हाउ टू वैलिडेट इट, हाउ टू मेक इट फ्री ऑफ बायसनेस, और इसमें आप एंग्यूबिटी को कैसे कम कर सकते हो, इसमें आप एक्यूरेसी कैसे मेंटेन कर सकते हो. तो ये इसको बनाना, उसको वैलिडेशन की आफ्टर वैलिडेशन यू कैन फॉरवर्ड इट टू द योर टारगेट पॉपुलेशन. अब ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आपको टारगेट पॉपुलेशन कैसे पता चलेगी. हाउ यू विल आइडेंटिफाई योर टारगेट पॉपुलेशन, देन यू विल गेदर योर डेटा. up. And you can also do experiments in labs, basically most commonly science, chemistry students, science students, um, uh, drug related to the pharmaceutical students do the experiments in the lab. uh, you can also do both of the parameters. तो most students जैसे जो newbies होते हैं वो दोनों parameters को एक साथ use नहीं करते क्योंकि it basically ये extensive पे चला जाता है, but it provides a more comprehensive understanding of a research problem. After knowing about the research methodologies, this is a simple thing you should know that this is a simple steps you must know. Number one is identify research problem. You must know what is your problem, what is your research question. After knowing the research problem, you will review that particular this problem. uh, Different platforms are available to study these research problems. Do you know what are the let me know in the comment sections that you in the chat box that you know about the different platforms and different databases from where you can find different research articles and different literatures. If you know, then let me know. If you don't know, then I can show you through this lecture. And then you must know. You first you have identified your research problem. You have thoroughly reviewed that particular problem. You have thoroughly done literature survey. Yes, very good. Everyone is genius here. PubMed, Science Direct, Google Scholar. I mostly Rashida, better now you will know because most of the students have mentioned already mentioned here that Google Scholar, Sci-Hub. Okay, so just give me a second. I share my screen and we go to the this platform. Wait. ओके, आफ्टर डूइंग द रिसर्च जो मोस्ट कॉमनली रिसर्च करने के बाद लिटरेचर रिव्यू आपने करना है आपको. यू नो योर रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम आफ्टर फॉर एग्जांपल जस्ट गिव मी एग्जांपल ऑफ योर रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. व्हाट रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम can discuss here. I am sharing the screen here. This is the Google right here, Google Scholar. The most common database I use for my research literature review. So this is the Google Scholar platform for those who don't know. For example, the topic is I want to know about the online learning experience versus physical class, online learning experience. I just want to know about the online learning experience. So here comes it after doing the research here comes a different articles. So those for those students who don't know what is it, basically there are different articles here that previously published studies, previously done research can be found here. If anything is not written, it means if anything is not documented, it means it doesn't exist. For anything to be scientific EndNote. No, beta, EndNote is not a platform. EndNote basically is a referencing software. EndNote पे EndNote can be used for the citation purpose. It's not a database for the published articles. Basically, आप यहाँ why you guys are here? You guys are here to learn the research to know how to do scientific writing. So for the scientific writing, these are the scientific articles. These are the research articles. These are the different articles that are okay. Uh, just let me know what is the difference between manuscript and article, research article. What is the difference between manuscript or article? I'm taking this question because I'll solve this specific problem. So just let me know if you know what is the difference between manuscript. Have you ever heard about manuscript? Manuscript is an unpublished research article. Okay, very good. Most of the students know. Okay, so I'll discuss further here. So for we were discussing here what is the how number one is to identify research problem, and then we will review literatures. For the literature is basically previously published work of different authors, different scientific, basically scientific community may we use different words like literature, manuscript, articles, research papers, uh, previous study. So these are the some of the terminologies we use here as in the in our scientific community. So literature basically is published work, published paper, published work that can be different types of the paper work. People have authors, different authors have published. So if anything is not published, you have done a rigorous study, you have done a vast rigorous study, but you have not published it. So what is the use of it? Who knows you have done a research? किसी को भी नहीं पता चलेगा. No one will be familiar about your research topic, about your research problem, about your about the data you have gathered. So for a study to be just as initially I discussed the how a proven big idea can be converted into the proven fact. So proven fact can't be proved without a writing, without a scientific writing. So after let's come back to our steps. First, we will identify research problem. Then we will review different articles, different literatures, define objectives and research questions. This is the objective means what path you are going to use. You what type of objective. We have discussed four different types. What type of objective you will use on the basis of your research problem, and then you will use your research design, that you are going to opt for qualitative, quantitative, or mixed. Then you will sampling method. You will opt for sampling. You will target a particular population. You will collect data. After the data collection, you will going to analyze this data. That can be statistical or interpretive methods. And then discussion and conclude. Last is recommend. It's the for the purpose research to be valuable, data must be the data you have gathered by using the research methodologies. Different research methodologies we have discussed. You gather data by doing that by choosing that research methodology. It should be valid, it should be accurate, reliable, complete, and timely, up to date. Data should be up to date. It can't be less 10 years data of 10 years back. It's not essential for research purpose. Research is basically it should be time based data, up to date data should be presented. And now there comes a language of science. You have done a beautiful research. You have done a multiple parameters. You have studied multiple methodologies. You have performed. But now it's time to share your discoveries, your research with the world, with the scientific community. For that, you are going to use scientific writing. Here comes scientific writing. How you will link your research with scientific writing. What is scientific writing? Scientific writing is formal and structured way of communicating your research. You have done your research, but you have not communicated it properly, then your research is useless. Sorry to say, if you have not if you have not written your research properly, it means your research is you have not done anything good. Practically most of the people practically do beautiful work, but when it comes to scientific writing, they are unable to communicate their research properly. So here comes the way of scientific writing. So what is scientific writing? Scientific writing basically research generates when we will link research into scientific writing. Research generates new knowledge. The purpose of research is the quest of knowledge, the generation of new knowledge. But for it to contribute to the science and society, it must be communicated effectively. As I told earlier, the research must be communicated effectively. If you have not communicated your research properly, it means you have not done something good. Scientific writing serves this purpose by presenting research in clear, structured, and credible manner. Basically, the purpose of this scientific writing is to communicate your research in a proper clarity, concision way. These are some of the effective scientific writing points that should be considered while doing writing. Number one is clarity and concision. Your writing should be simple, direct language of for complex ideas. Objectivity means It should avoid opinions. It should not be biased. You should not be biased. You must present the data you have discovered during your research. You can't be biased. Now, precision and accuracy, data should be precise, accurate, and it should be. Now, here comes a proper organization structure, that is IMRaD. Have you ever heard about IMRaD? IMRaD is something, this is a key that is very important for your research. How you will structure your story. The structure is IMRaD. IMRaD is introduction, methods, results, and discussion. This comes IMRaD. For a good scientific writing, for a this four key parameters or key compositions must be uh, used for structuring research articles. For example, number one is introduction. एक रिसर्च आर्टिकल को जब लिखना स्टार्ट करोगे, when you are going to start your writing, you must start with introduction that presents your research questions, the background and the objective. जब आपने लिखना स्टार्ट करना है, आपने सबसे पहले इंट्रोडक्शन से स्टार्ट करना है. You are going to start with introduction. Here comes a manuscript. Here comes a particular draft, manuscript, and article. Article is something that is published, that you have presented that research to the with the world. You have shared your discoveries with the world. It's called article. Now anyone who have access with your article can study it and can use the data in their studies. All right. हम रिसर्च करते क्यों हैं? हम रिसर्च करते हैं इसलिए ताकि हम नॉलेज को एक्सपांड कर सकें, हम अंडरस्टैंडिंग को इंक्रीज कर सकें, हम एक पर्टिकुलर थ्योरीज को कॉन्सेप्चुलाइज कर सकें. हम बेसिकली यू डू रिसर्च टू फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ इजीनेस. आप दुनिया को कुछ बताना चाह रहे हो, यू वांट टू से समथिंग. सो in order to say something, this is a structure you must follow, you should follow in a scientific writing. Number one is introduction. सबसे पहले आप स्टार्ट करोगे कि आपने ये टॉपिक चूज क्यों किया था, why you have chosen this topic, what was your research question, and why you have chosen this question comes under the heading of background, and then objectives. This is the whole things are to be covered in this part, introduction. Methods is research methodology. What method, what study design? We have discussed different study designs. We have discussed applied and basic research. We have discussed four different objectives. We have discussed inquiry modes like qualitative, quantitative. जो भी आपने यूज किया है फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ योर रिसर्च, आप यहाँ पे मेथोडोलॉजीज में यू विल एक्सप्लेन हियर दैट what methodologies you have used to gather data. And then after doing research, after collection of data, you will present your results. Just summarize your findings with the tables and figures and statistics. You are summarizing your data here, and after the and discussion part is last, where you will interpret your results, that what you have done innovative as compared to previous studies, and now you are going to discuss, you are going to compare your findings with the existing ones, or if there are no previous available work, then it's all more innovative, and you can explain your research importance in the discussion part by comparing it with the results. So when you will start writing, so write these 4 points in start. आप ये 4 हेडिंग्स बना लो. 4 हेडिंग्स को आप यूज करोगे. सबसे पहले आप इंट्रोडक्शन से स्टार्ट करोगे, देन यू विल राइट मेथोडोलॉजीज जो आपने यूज की थी टू इन ऑर्डर टू कलेक्ट डेटा, एंड देन यू विल राइट रिजल्ट्स. यू हैव शेयर्ड रिजल्ट्स, एंड देन रिजल्ट्स को प्रीवियसली एग्जिस्टिंग वर्क के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे इन द डिस्कशन पार्ट. This is the most important slide, probably the last one, that is types of scientific writing. What types can be done? What are the types where you can present your research with the world, with the scientific community? ऑडियंस के साथ अपना काम शेयर करना है. बेसिकली यू वांट टू शेयर योर डिस्कवरीज. तो नंबर वन इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, अप टू 50-60% ऑफ द वर्क फॉल इन द हेडिंग्स ऑफ रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स. रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स बेसिकली ओरिजिनल फाइंडिंग्स होती है. इट्स अ न्यू थिंग, इट्स अ न्यू वर्क, innovative work you have done by your own data by our own methodologies. This data, basically research articles, are those d- data, those whose data are not previously available. Okay. Review articles. The second part is review article. Basically, you are going to summarize and critically evaluate existing knowledge. इसमें क्या होता है कि you have reading now. Let me share the screen. Let me share the here. Basically, review article is what is review article? I have studied the main topic in my purpose of my study is online learning experience. I just want to know about the online learning experience. Is it good or bad? I don't know about anything. I just want to write a literature a review article. So, for the purpose of review article, I'll go to this website. I'll find the recent work. So for those who don't know about this, this is a topic, this is a filter. So you can just use this filter. So your 2021 से पहले का कोई भी काम यहाँ पे नहीं बताएंगे. This is the year mentioned after each article. If we go to one article, like for example, this is the article. If you open this one, so this is the student experience of online learning during the COVID pandemic. So this is the type of research article. रिसर्च आर्टिकल में वी हैव डिस्कस डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स, जिसमें सबसे पहले जो है ना, वी हैव डिस्कस, वेट अ सेकंड, जस्ट लेट मी शो यू द IMRaD pattern. If this is a research article, engagement in online learning, students' attitudes and behavior during COVID-19. Basically, COVID-19 में it was a pandemic where all of the schooling systems was shifted towards online learning. So that time it was a hot topic. So most of the scientific researchers have worked on it. So they have write their research. If we see this, they have started with the introduction part. Abstract is something that is to be written in the last. Abstract is basically summary of your whole article, whole study. Abstract uh, also include your introduction. IMRaD part is concluded in the abstract. सबसे पहले अब हम इंट्रोडक्शन पे आ जाते हैं. इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद वी गो टू द methodology. This is the different materials and methods. Basically, this is the methodology. They have used survey based study. So they have mentioned here, they have made 50 questions, survey based study. They have made 50 questions and different types of questions. They have mentioned here. They have targeted 237 students. All right. Then after that, they have used data analysis. This is also called results. This is the results. These are different headings. रिजल्ट्स में फिगर्स एंड पिक्चर्स वगैरह को मेंशन किया हुआ है. लास्ट में डिस्कशन पार्ट को जो है ना, वो एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. तो बेसिकली इट्स वन ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ रिसर्च आर्टिकल, जिसमें मोस्ट ऑफ द 4 टाइप्स जो है, 4 हेडिंग्स विल रिमेन सेम थ्रू आउट योर पैटर्न. If you study different articles like 20, 30, 40, 50 of related to this topic, online learning experience, you have concluded it into a single study. This is called review article. Review article में आपका अपना कोई new existing data नहीं होगा. You have used previously existing work and uh, discussed in it in your study. This is रिव्यू आर्टिकल. रिव्यू आर्टिकल में आपका अपना कोई डेटा नहीं होगा. प्रीवियस एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा को यू आर गोइंग टू इवेल्युएट हियर. नाउ देयर कम्स कॉन्फ्रेंस प्रोसीडिंग. इफ यू present your research work into a conference, then they write your abstract in a conference proceeding. Thesis and dissertation, most commonly thesis are academic research projects, final projects, MPhil and PhD projects. Without these thesis and dissertation, we can't get our degrees. Technical reports, basically these are simple types of reports you write. For now, if I simply conclude this, these are the 10 different types of scientific writing. Mostly students use these two things. Newbies use these two types: research articles and review articles. You must know what is the review article. You can start your writing by doing review articles, because for that purpose you don't need to collect new data. You don't need to gather new information. You just need to review articles previously existing work that is already available on different websites, and you write in your way, without plagiarizing it, without copying it, in your words, in your ways, with proper citation. This is review article and this is research article. All right. Then last is writing for impact. Uh, your writing should be for the to ensure writing basically is for impact is to ensure research is communicated effectively. Writers should use clear and concise language. There are different types of English language as well. Writing should be in easy way. No, don't use difficult words that need to Google it first to get their meanings from the Google. Use clear and concise language. Prefer active voice. Don't use passive voices and different technical terminology. Just use active voice, simple way. Cite sources correctively. This is citation is very important. Maybe I get to know, I get to teach your further for citation. So I'll show you how to cite different sources correctly. Then you can also add visual aids. Tables and figures are more preferable as compared to writing it in a Romans. Edit and proofread. Your data can be should improve accuracy, coherent, and readability. So this is a different purpose best practice. Accuracy is one of the most critical aspect of the research. That the information you are providing must be accurate and correct. This is the last take home message is accuracy. For the research purpose, you must know, you must be familiar. Your main purpose to of the conducting research should be accuracy. If you keep this in mind, you will do a good research. So lastly, I am going to summarizing my uh, introduction part. So basically, if you see here, we have we are going to start with the question, that is research problem. What is known? For then you are going to formulate your problem. You are planning it, and then collecting data, analyze, करेंगे, interpretation and conclusion. I just your question should spark new knowledge, new question. Then you want to inform this research with another other persons. You want to share this knowledge with others, and for that purpose you will write a scientific paper. For in order to share this new knowledge with others, you will write a scientific paper. For that you will rely on these four parameters, that is introduction, materials and methods, that also called methodologies, and then results, discussions, and conclusion. Conclusion is the lastly take home message or take home points that your whole paper have gather the knowledge. You are just precising in 3 to 4 lines that my this research article gather this information. So let me see your questions. How can you publish with a publication is something that should be come in the last. पब्लिकेशन का तो आपको जो है ना अभी पब्लिकेशन के बारे में तो आपको तब सोचना चाहिए जब आपने पूरा जो है यू यू हैव स्टार्टेड विथ योर साइंटिफिक राइटिंग. आपका पूरा मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट आपका पूरा रेडी है. मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट आपका रेडी है. रेडी होने के बाद जो है ना आपने उस पे फर्दर काम करना शुरू किया है. उसके बाद उसकी पब्लिकेशन की तरफ जाते हैं. देयर आर डिफरेंट पेपर्स, डिफरेंट जर्नल्स जो कि जो है ना क्या करते हैं कि उसको हर पर जैसे आपने केस स्टडीज के लिए डिफरेंट जर्नल्स आर देयर. You can submit your case studies as well by writing in a same way, in a same format. Uh, any other questions related to this you can ask. This is okay. This is all from my side. Acha, okay. One question is here is that is draft. Basically, but a draft is an initial informal draft or incomplete version. वी स्टार्ट विद द ड्राफ्ट व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद द राइटिंग। जब आप राइटिंग से स्टार्ट करोगे, सो राइटिंग आपका जो इनिशियली जो पहला वो राइटअप होता है ना, पहला आप कंप्लीट फर्स्ट वर्जन होता है रिटन वर्क का, डेट इज ड्राफ्ट। बेसिकली ड्राफ्ट वी यूजली राइट टू ऑर्गेनाइज आइडियाज एंड स्ट्रक्चर कंटेंट बिफोर फाइनलाइजिंग। ड्राफ्ट जो है वो इनफॉर्मल, रफ और इनकम्प्लीट होता है, जबकि manuscript is on the other side, manuscript is complete, polished and formatted version of research work. Basically manuscript you submit to publishers, journals। manuscript आप submit करते हो, manuscript जब publish हो जाती है then it comes as a article। so we have three things: draft, manuscript and article। draft is a preliminary version or please switch off your
जो
mic। यस यू कैन यूज। साइंस डोमेन में कौन से टाइप मोस्टली यूज करते? बेटा इसका आई हैव नॉट गॉट योर पॉइंट। साइंस डोमेन में कौन सी टाइप यूज करते? अच्छा, ओके। साइंस डोमेन में बेसिकली वी कैन यूज बोथ टाइप्स। आप साइंस में तो हम ज्यादातर जो है ना बेसिक यूज करते हैं एज ए एकेडमिशियन, और इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व अ स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दी थी कोविड-19 की, कोरोना जब आया था, तो कोविड के टाइम पे द मेन चैलेंज वाज कि हम जो है ना उसको किसी तरह से इसका एंटीडोट लेके आ जाए, एंटीवायरल लेके आ जाए, तो दैट वाज अप्लाइड रिसर्च। अब इन अप्लाइड इन में से आप स्टूडेंट हो, इफ यू आर इनिशियली, इफ यू आर अ बिगनर, सो बेसिकली लेट मी गिव यू एन आइडिया। आप सबके लिए एक टिप है। यू आर स्टूडेंट, आप जो है न्यूबी हैं, आप सिंपली क्या करो, आप स्टार्ट करो विद अ कॉमन प्रॉब्लम जो आपको लगता है, या कॉमन कंपैरिजन से। आप यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट, तो आप यूनिवर्सिटी के स्टूडेंट्स को माइंड में रख के आप कोई स्टडी डिजाइन करो जो कि सिंपल हो। आप अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी लेके आओ। लाइक जैसे स्मार्ट पिल्स आई हैं, स्मार्ट पिल्स हैं, साइंस से रिलेटेड कुछ सिंपल टॉपिक्स हैं, तो आपने उस सिंपल टॉपिक्स को अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ मिलकर टारगेट करना है और आपने अपने डेटा को कलेक्ट करना है। डेटा कलेक्शन आपकी हो गई, मेथोडोलॉजी आपने क्वालिटेटिव या क्वांटिटेटिव, मोस्ट कॉमनली आप क्वांटिटेटिव यूज करोगे ताकि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा डेटा को गैदर कर सको। इफ यू यूज क्वालिटेटिव लाइक इंटरव्यू बेस्ड अगर आप करना चाह रहे हो, तो इंटरव्यू में यू कांट गेट एक्सेस ऑफ, यू डोंट हैव इनफ टाइम कि आप एक एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन का आप इंटरव्यू ले सको, तो इट्स बेटर टू चूज क्वांटिटेटिव सर्वे बेस्ड क्वेश्चन बेस्ड स्टडी। आफ्टर दैट क्वेश्चनर बेस्ड स्टडी के बाद यू विल कलेक्ट द डेटा। ठीक है, डेटा कलेक्शन के बाद यू विल एनालाइज इट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डिफरेंट बाय यूजिंग डिफरेंट स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल्स। और उसके बाद आप राइटिंग स्टार्ट करोगे। राइटिंग में सबसे पहले आप इंट्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करोगे, आपने जो टॉपिक लिया था उसका बैकग्राउंड लिखोगे, उसके बारे में कुछ लिखोगे, एंड देन यू विल गो फॉर द मेथोडोलॉजी। देन आप अपने रिजल्ट्स जो क्वेश्चनर बेस पे हुए थे, सेम रिजल्ट्स को आप शेयर कर दोगे अपने पेपर पे। जो आप इस तरह से स्टार्ट में जो राइटअप स्टार्ट किया है ना, दिस इज ड्राफ्ट। जब आपने उसको कंप्लीट पॉलिश्ड प्रॉपर साइटेशन के साथ, रेफरेंसिंग के साथ किया है, तो दिस इज मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट जो कि रेडी है फॉर द सबमिशन टू अ जर्नल। पब्लिकेशन के लिए आपको जर्नल में सबमिट कराना पड़ता है, ठीक है। सबमिट कराने के बाद यू विल जब वो एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा, पब्लिश्ड हो जाएगा, दैट विल बिकम एज एन आर्टिकल। उसको हम आर्टिकल कहेंगे। हाउ लॉन्ग डज द रिसर्च राइटअप हाउ हैव टू बी? रिसर्च राइटअप जो है बेसिकली इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द योर रिसर्च टॉपिक। इट कैन बी ऑफ 9 to 10 पेजेस का भी हो सकता है, 20 पेजेस का भी हो सकता है। यस, यू कैन कैन बी यूज एआई। एआई को आप यूज कर सकते हो। एआई जो है चैट जीपीटी और डिफरेंट एआई टूल्स जो है बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प आउट करते हैं, बट यू शुड नॉट कॉपी दैट डेटा फ्रॉम एआई। बिकॉज एआई के जब आप डेटा कॉपी करते हो तो इट हैज सम कोडिंग्स जिस जो आपकी प्लेजरिज्म में आती हैं। सो यू कैन गेट हेल्प फ्रॉम द एआई टू जनरेट डिफरेंट आइडियाज ऑफ राइटअप, एंड देन यू शुड राइट बाय योर ओन वेज। ठीक है, आप उसको खुद से लिखो, आपको एआई को डायरेक्ट कॉपी पेस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं। यस, यू कैन गैदर मेनी मोस्ट ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम एआई। आजकल एआई को यूज करके यू कैन राइट अ साइंटिफिक राइटअप इन सिंपली 2 to 3 days, but you should work smartly rather than just copy pasting it. ओके, साइंस डोमेन में डिफरेंट आप टाइप यूज कर सकते हो, डिफरेंट आप डेटाबेसेस यूज कर सकते हो। डेटाबेस में हमारे पास पबमेट है, गूगल स्कॉलर है, और जो है एआई की प्लेजिज्म को सिंपली रिमूव करने का सबसे मेन वे, सिंपल वे इज डू नॉट कॉपी फ्रॉम एआई वेबसाइट्स, जस्ट गेट द आइडियाज फ्रॉम देयर, जस्ट राइट पैराग्राफ्स through the AI, but write it by yourself in some by changing some of the words. Like अगर आपने AI से एक पैराग्राफ उठाना है, आपको अच्छा लगा है, आपने फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू हैव जस्ट सर्च फॉर अ ऑनलाइन लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस, और आपने बहुत अच्छा इंट्रोडक्शन आपको लिख के दिया है, आप वो इंट्रोडक्शन यूज करो, उसको उसको ले लो, बट उसमें कुछ वर्ड्स चेंज कर दो, उसको डायरेक्ट कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करो, उसमें कुछ लाइंस चेंज कर दो, उसके बीच में से उसका जो कोड होता है, मतलब उसकी जो सीक्वेंस होता है, उसको रिमूव करके यू कैन रिमूव एआई प्लेजरिज्म एज वेल. Don't use different softwares to remove AI plagiarism because it completely change the perspective of your research. वो अपना ही अलग ही बातें करना शुरू कर देता है, and it completely changes the concept of your research. All right, that's all from my side. I think I have given all the answers of the all the questions. Thank you so much, students. Uh, should I end this myself, or the host will do it?
Thank you, Ms. Sabha, for this wonderful section. It's truly helpful for us. And thank you once again. मैं इसको अभी ऑफ कर दूंगी.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ariba. Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह
Thank you from
हाफिज.
my side.
Thank